Okay, delighted to say Ben's Brexit broadcast, of course, Ben Habib, going to be a regular feature for patrons on my Patreon page in full, both the column and an interview. Ben, first of all, what do you say to those who say, well, Brexit's done?
Well, Brexit hasn't been done. It may have been nominally done, but it hasn't been done in practice and in reality. And the reason I say that is because basically Brexit means the entire United Kingdom leaving the European Union as one country, taking back control of our laws, our borders, our cash, and our fish. And we simply have not achieved that. I recommend everyone read the Conservative Party manifesto on Brexit, page 5, very simple to read. Not one of the principal promises made by the Prime Minister in order to gain election in 2019 has yet been delivered. So yes, we've left the institutions of the European Union, but we are tethered to it by its apron strings. And Northern Ireland, make no mistake, has been more or less annexed by the EU. So Brexit is not done. Brexit is going to be around for a long time. And probably, even though you've named this Ben's Brexit broadcast, and that may have limited its lifespan, actually, I think it's got a very, very long shelf life.
Well, as I said, Ben, your first edition of your column is up on the Patreon page now, patreon.com/Heaver. I do recommend people go become a patron if they want to read it in full. But you make a number of points. And of course, we're at a stage now where we've seen Lord Frost say that the conditions for triggering Article 16 have been met, that the British government is not going to do that yet. I've got to tell you, Ben, overwhelmingly people watching on my channel calling for the government to do that. But in your column, again, over at patreon.com/Heaver, Ben's Brexit broadcast, you say the only way to prevent this continuing process is by invoking Article 16 and at least temporarily bringing a halt to the hijacking of Northern Ireland.
Yeah, so what people have to understand, first of all, is that Article 16 is not a nuclear button. It's not blowing up the agreement. Indeed, Article 16, if you read Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol, it's headed safeguarding. And it's just a safeguarding measure. And it's to prevent societal and economic damage being inflicted on Northern Ireland. And also, crucially, Michael, it explicitly says to prevent a diversion of trade. Now, what the European Union is doing is effectively using that border down the Irish Sea as a mechanism to make trade with Great Britain difficult and thereby divert trade towards Ireland. The framework, the legal framework of the Northern Ireland Protocol gave the EU and Ireland the ability to divert trade channels, and the practical application of capturing Northern Ireland is through turning that trade away from Great Britain and towards the EU. And that is precisely what's going on at the moment. So having identified that we have the right to invoke Article 16, actually, Lord Frost is in gross dereliction of his duty by not invoking it. Because by not invoking it...
That was me talking to Ben Habib earlier today. The full edition of that interview, plus Ben Habib's Brexit broadcast column, available now to patrons over at patreon.com/Heaver. There's another column by myself, the Heaver Hit, more exclusive content to come. So please support my channel by becoming a patron to access Ben's Brexit broadcast, plus lots more to come. Cheers, guys.